This video is going to be a drafted example of the diagram here in front of you. Basically what we're looking at here is a square base pyramid being cut by a simply inclined plane. So what I'm going to do to start this off is I'm just going to draw the XY line. As well as that, I'm going to draw in light that square base pyramid. The reason I'm going to draw it in nice and light is because we're going to be putting in the cutting plane then, which is going to cut through that object, and then we're going to darken in the sections which is left of the square base pyramid after it being cut. So we'll start off with our XY line. Make square 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. Now the square base pyramid, like in the diagram itself, is going to be resting on the horizontal plane. So that means it's going to be touching the XY line above here in elevation. Just going across the corners here just to find the apex. Take the apex up. We don't know where it's going to stop yet because we haven't basically chosen how tall our square base pyramid is going to be. I'll keep it somewhat reasonable. Something like so. Now basically what you're looking at is your square base pyramid here in plan and elevation before it's been cut. So what I'll introduce now is the cutting plane itself. Just going to have a quick look at the diagram that we've seen before. You can see this is the cutting plane, so I'm going to do something fairly similar. I'm going to draw in the vertical trace first of all, because above here in elevation we're going to have the vertical trace traveling through our object like so, and then we'll have our horizontal trace below. Now it is going to be simply inclined, so this should be dropping down perpendicular to the XY line, and the other one should be at somewhat of an angle like so. Now I'm going to have my vertical trace like so cutting through it. I'm going to basically identify that line by putting a VT, so vertical trace, and a perpendicular line from the XY line down then, and call that HT. Okay? So what we can do now that we see where it's cutting through basically our square base pyramid above here, we can start bringing down where they intersect. So you can see this line is intersecting through here as well as intersecting through here. Now remember that both these lines here, so this one, so that's, we'll number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, carry these up, 5, this is representing 1 and 2, and this representing 4 and 3. Okay, so we'll talk about basically 1 to 5 here, as well as the line 2 to 5 here, is both represented here as this line up here. Same thing with the two lines over, 3 to 5 and 4 to 5. Same here is 3 to 5 and 4 to 5 is this line here. So just remember that where this hits, it's actually cutting through two different points below here, as well as where this one hits, it cuts through two different points on these two lines here. So I'll just drop them down. Now this is nice and simple. This is about as basic as sections of solids get. And you have your 4 different points, so we'll make contact here, 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 and here. What you can do then is you join them up, like so. put in nice and heavy. And then what you can do is fill in what the remainder of the object is, like so here. Now a lot of the lines I'm doing is a lot heavier than you'll have done on your own drawing if you want to practice, or on your activities that you're going to be completing later in the lab. The reason I'm keeping nice and heavy so it's nice and clear here in camera. So you can see that's basically the remainder. Above here, now this section you can see is a bit darker. What I'm going to do is just lighten it up a bit so you can see the clear difference between them. What you'll do is have it nice and light so it's clearly construction. Darkening my main section. Like so. So basically what you'll have left, this surface, which we'll call A. You can see A is represented below here. B would be directly behind the surface, which would be here. And then we'll just call this one C and D. D is represented as a line here, because when you're looking in directly, you'll see basically that surface itself as an edge view, as well as C here is represented this line because you'll be looking at it at an edge. So you can imagine like C is like this set square, and when you're looking in above an elevation, you're looking in like so you actually can't see it, only represented as a line.